All right, I think we can slowly start. We still need to wait for another source to start. Okay, yeah, now everything is running. All right, yeah, now everything is running, so you can start. I quickly confirm we've got sound. We have sound for another. Yeah, we have sound. Okay, so we can start. So for those that still don't know, if you're living under a rock for the last 1 year, I'm joking, of course. My name is Haitek. On these live streams, I talk about what is happening today in the cryptocurrency market, what I think about it regarding 11 years of my experience. And in the meantime, in between the lines, I'll explain what high-tech meme coin is and why you might be interested in it. And of course, I'll be talking about the crypto market. So yeah, as I previously said. So Jesus is king, and let's go. Let's start. It's a little bit late where I'm at, so I'm not as fresh. I'm a little bit tired, to be honest. So forgive me if I'm talking nonsense from time to time. Okay, but one thing I wanted to inform you about today, and this is specifically in this live stream, is that I've got the buy signal on my algorithm, my proprietary algorithm, and as you see, so far market goes against this entry signal. But I'm not worried yet because I mean, in the deepest moment, it went not even full -4% against my entry point, so that's perfectly fine. I've seen worse before we went up. I've seen, I don't know, 6, 7, 8%. It's sometimes even before market finally reversed and started to do what it's supposed to do from the very beginning. So yeah, now I'm looking closely at this $1,003,200, $103,200 more or less. I think if we take out 102,500 more or less, so this low here, probably around there I will get exit from this attempt. Because in crypto it's not like you can set up a very tight stop loss, because way too often market will just do this, and it will go for your stop loss and then go straight up, I mean straight to where it's supposed to go. So that's why you must give it a little bit of tolerance for work here, and then more often than not it will work in your favor. At very rare occasions it will punish you a little bit, but that's the way it is. Like, you cannot really avoid it. You must have it calculated in, and have appropriate win-lose ratio to over time smoothen it out. And this is literally what I have in my algorithm here, right? So with the win-lose ratio 6-1, even with somewhat low hit rate, it still does the job just fine. But I as always, of course, because every single time I see my algorithm opening a position, I'm always leaning towards that decision to be correct, to turn out to be correct. But that's not always the case, obviously. But I think, until proven otherwise, I think it will turn into a profitable trade. Why? Because simply, by the way, share, like, and subscribe if you haven't done so. That's very important. And yeah, I'm trying live streaming for new location. These last few live streams for Hong Kong. Let's see how much love I will get there. Hopefully plenty. So yeah, show me, guys, if you're vibing with me, if you like my content, if you like this format of the show. And yeah, if I feel like I'm welcome here, then I'll just leave it as it is. Um, but the title of today's live stream is Bitcoin to Zero. So yeah, it's a clickbait. Of course, it's a clickbait. I say it straight up. In this job, without clickbaits, nobody would ever notice you. So you have to forgive it to anyone who is using them. You see, in the right cause. Sometimes, most of the time, probably not. In this case, it is. Anyway, coming back to what we are witnessing here. Yeah, I wouldn't be panicking if I were you, to be honest. I mean, very important part of the picture here is that we are holding firmly above 100k on the daily. And by the way, I don't know why I don't have 100k mark here anymore. So let me return it and bring it back. This is not not this one. Okay, like this. Yep. So yeah, as you see, we are holding firmly above 100k, and that's of course a very good sign. We are having candle body daily, right? This is we're talking about daily candle here. Candle body after candle body after candle body after candle body, fully above 100k. So that's a huge positive. That's really a huge positive. It's such a huge positive that on Heikin Ashi candles, this one that just has closed, it was even green. Yeah, it was green. Just the one now, the one that is being printed for today is red for now. But I will totally not be surprised if it turns out to be green sometime later today. So I think this week at the end will turn out to be a really good one, a really positive one. Even though right now it does not seem like it, I think it will. Why? Because we have one of the most bullish months. That's first. Second, the altcoin market is hugely oversold, and so far this cycle, the altcoin market was a good indicator of what's about to come. When it was showing heavily oversold levels, it meant also that Bitcoin was oversold. So now we are in one of the most oversold levels on altcoin market. That's first. Second, we already know in United States they are going to redistribute, send stimulus checks to citizens of US at minimum $2,000 per person. So that's much more than during 2020. So yeah, I think there is literally zero chance that this market is going to go lower in these circumstances. There's a very little chance. I mean, it will have a crash sooner or later. Don't get me wrong. It's not like this market is going to go up forever. Absolutely not. But it's just not now yet. We will have to wait a little bit longer if that's what you are waiting for here. So let me recreate these lines here. I was showing how Bitcoin market keeps doing the same over and over again. It's actually repeating same pattern here as well. Here actually it did the same. This line was wrong. Wow, all of a sudden I start to get ads. And I was even complaining some few days ago. I was complaining. No, this one is actually this is wrong. This one goes like this. More or less. Like this, okay, yeah. Or it's like this. This one we do not count. This one is a deviation. So it pretty much does literally the same, and in those corners here, in those dips, at those dips, the sentiment licks the floor. Right? People are super bearish. Every single time we had very similar kind of a formation. And in this exact place, in this respective place of said formation, the sentiment was super low. So when sentiment is super low, since this is a zero-sum game, 99% of the time markets behave like a zero-sum game. It means we cannot, literally, we cannot have a large move down from here. Not on such sentiment. Guys, share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget about that part if you are watching it live right now. And yeah. Okay, let's take a look what Crypto Fear and Greed Index looks like. 26, yeah, that's what I thought. So it was 31 or 32. 31. Because like literally a couple of hours ago, a few hours ago, I've done a live stream on my Polish YouTube channel and I was pointing out exactly that. I said, okay, it's 31. Today is really bad for altcoins, or at least it looks like, I mean, it's not really that bad, but you know, since people are already pessimistic, so whatever additional pullback feels like times 10. So I said, yeah, probably after we complete the day on UTC, in UTC time, the sentiment will be much lower. Indeed, it fell 5 points. That's a huge drop. Usually we get around 5 points, 5, 6, 7 points when huge crashes occur. So this is how sensitive people are right now. Right, we didn't really drop that much, but it feels like a huge crash just has happened. So yeah, that's literally a setup for a perfect storm, a setup for a huge short squeeze here. On top of that, James Wynn is bearish. And this guy is one of the best inverse indicators out there. Right now, you know, his short is doing somewhat well because I think he added to his short around here. I mean, he was shorting it from way before, like from around here or around here. So then it went against him. He added to his position here, and now he feels like he's, you know, the king of the world. But let's do not forget his achievements, right? His achievements is to round trip almost $100 million and go into negative $22 million, right? And it will keep going worse and worse. Why? Because, you know, when you use leverage times 40, that's your final destination. Just, you know, go to zero. Zero your balance. Wipe out flatten your account. There is no other end of the story. Because simple math does not allow it. Like your third grade math. Well, you know, people tend to have problems with simple mathematics, so it is what it is. So yeah, if you take out this, as I said, if you take out this 102,500, probably we will see attempt to breach vicinity of around here, 101, 700 probably. That would probably be next stop, or even slightly lower, maybe 500. Yeah, I think we can count 500. Yeah, there's much more confluence here, much more touch points. If you watch it on mobile, let me show it to you. Yeah. So that will be the next support line, let's say. Yeah, but first we have to take out this little fellow here, which has not happened for a couple of hours already. Wow, I start to get odds on my trading view. That has never happened before. And I was even talking about it. How come I'm on the free plan and I don't get any ads? This is the first time in like two years, no, not 2 years, in well over a year, I start to get ads while I live stream. Imagine, and I'm on free plan. I used to pay for the premium, but I noticed it makes no sense. I wasn't using any of those additional features, so why would I spend like, I don't know, $700 per year? It makes no sense. Guys, share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget. And yeah, let's take a look at Others chart, how that one is doing. And in the meantime, allow me to check if have I set up everything well here? Yes, I have. Yeah, so here, yeah, we are still within this thin support band, so that's good. Of course, on Heiken Ashi, this daily probably was still green. Yeah, it was still green. Now this one is red. So very similar situation as on Bitcoin chart. But yeah, I would expect today to close green. I don't know how strongly green it's going to be, but I think we should close above $250 billion on Others chart. That's my guess. That's my guess. But even if it's red, even if it goes deeper into this white support band, I mean, this market will have to go high anyway. It's like there is no other way here. Let me recreate this line here too, because as you see, yeah, okay, more or less like this, yeah. So too bad we didn't wave it goodbye just yet. I was expecting this candle to fully close above 250. That would be a very nice confirmation. Meanwhile, we came back to the support zone, but there is few takeaways from this one, because first of all, on average, this candle, it's all candle body with including wicks. So how's it called? OHLC4 is higher than the preceding candle, right? So under the hood, it actually shows us that buying pressure takes place, and it's doing its job. The easiest way to actually spot it is to realize that we established a new high yesterday here with this local high, of course, here. So this is something that most of the people would not notice, maybe would not attach too much, let's say, strength to it, but nonetheless, this is a slight push forward in the right direction. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's the main point of me live streaming here, to collect you guys, to collect subscribers, to collect fan base. So yeah, today is Wednesday. Wednesdays usually are pretty calm. I mean, Tuesdays are usually pretty calm, but not this one. This one was a little bit violent. The odds behind Wednesday to be somewhat, greatly significant are low, but it can things can get heated towards this daily close, right? When we are just about to enter Thursday, because as you probably remember from my previous live streams, Thursdays decide how the rest of the week is going to look like, and we are in a very long series of red Thursdays, and that is why we are struggling, right? We are having troubles. We cannot get out of that very long series of red Thursdays, and since it's a very long one already, it means the green one must be literally around the corner, because we've been seeing, I don't know, like five in a row, like one hell of them. Can we enable the days of the weeks here? Nana pane was visible top. No, I don't think so. I mean, no, it should be possible, but I don't know where to find it. Symbol. Yeah, I wanted you to see last day changes. No, I don't see it here. It would be nice to have days of the week here instead of numbers. But okay, it is what it is. Apparently, I don't know how to enable it. Maybe it is possible, but I just cannot find it. Guys, share, like, and subscribe. I remember I live stream every day, or even twice a day, or sometimes even thrice a day. So if you like this format, if you feel like we're vibing here, then give it a subscribe. What is that? Okay, Bitcoin dominance, right? Bitcoin dominance also had a little bit of a step in the wrong direction. So it kind of wants get back onto this uptrending line. But I think it could be sort of a situation like a repetition in a smaller scale of what happened here and here. So I think this is the last attempt to get it back up. And once this one fails, and I have a feeling it's going to fail, then we finally start to break down from here. And that should finally give a very, very solid kick, solid signal that it's time for altcoins. What we've seen recent days, I mean, the day before yesterday, I think it was a very, very small starter, a very, very small warning sign, just for now. Like, guys, just pack your bags. If you're bears, altcoin bears, just pack your bags. We're giving you a warning. Okay, you'll have a couple of days to pack your bags and just go, because otherwise it's not going to get nice for you. So yeah, let's see how this one ages. Like conjoining, how bad the sentiment is. Conjoining what's about to happen in American economy. Conjoining how this market is oversold. I mean, I'm talking about the altcoin market. I can't imagine any other outcome. Literally cannot imagine. Guys, if you have any questions, write me in the live chat. I always love when there is interaction from side of the viewers. Of course, I see some of you from time to time pop in and pop out. And yeah, don't forget about the sponsor of the channel. The sponsor of the channel is Hitech, which is my meme coin. And just as I have written in the live chat, Hitech meme coin is the only project I'm promoting on this and other of my channels, because I have two, actually, two YouTube channels and like Rumble, Twitch, Kick, and that's why it translates into such a stock market for my social media. Yeah, exactly. It's literally a way, an investment gateway for all of my social media. So that's a very interesting proposition here, I think. And I also give you the direct link to Radium, Radium Exchange, which is a Solana DEX, where you can get a little bit of it yourself. So yeah, I think the best trade on the internet right now is actually this one. Why? Because it's so small. It's so small. It has like very high price penetration. It has it very, very easy with little capital to rise immense amounts. So, and this is not a scam. This is not a rug pull, because it already exists for 7 months. So if it was a rug pull, it will be already gone. I think that's the easiest, let's say, parameter that helps you recognize what it actually is. So I'm a little disappointed with reception in these hours. I mean, in Hong Kong, what time it is in Hong Kong right now? It's 9:15 a.m. Yeah, so maybe mornings are not the best to live stream in Hong Kong. Later I will check out, look up, and actually test afternoons. And if it stays, if the viewership stays low, engagement stays at zero, like now, then I'll have to move to another place. Okay, let's take a look what we've got on X in the meantime. So James Wynn is probably very happy that it was going his way for some time, and now he's losing again. Let's take a look. I mean, he will have to at the end of the day. He will have to lose. He will have to lose. Yeah. So you see, there we go. There we go. This 103, 235 here. Is it? No, 200, 103, 200. Yeah, am I right? Yeah, around 200, 200. We must overcome this one, and then we will probably reverse once we get back above it. That's why I have marked it here. So yeah. Oh my God! So literally, the history is repeating here. Because take a look here. Here he also. No, not on this time frame. Was it here or this one on the weekly, right? On the weekly, he went into positive, so he was roaring, from his X profile that look at me, I told you. So then he went into negative, slightly into positive, and then a huge decline back again. But that guy, he has money. He's a rich guy. Anyway, so he has like many sources of income. Even his ex is a huge source of income. His X profile. And by the way, my X profile, if you want to subscribe, follow me on X, then feel free. My X handle is exactly the same as my handle on YouTube. I try to use the same handle everywhere, but unfortunately, not everywhere it's available. So it is what it is. Guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Write me in the live chat. Yeah, I really like what we are witnessing here. It's really, really, really cool. I mean, I think that would be it. That's enough. That's enough with market, the Bitcoin market going against my trade. Enough is enough. Bitcoin now. Bring it back. Bring the boat back, and start giving me profit. Because this entry, I don't know. I had to wait for it for a while. It was like, I don't know, 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Was I waiting for it? At least 2 weeks, I think. So yeah, seems like it's time to liquidate the pairs. Let's take a look at the liquidation levels. 137 on Bitcoin, million of course for the last 24 hours. And 117. Well, what about last hour? Zcash is leading, almost $2 million in liquidations of longs. Now, Zcash is very, very high now, and it's very, very risky to buy into Zcash at these levels. I mean, it's very easy to. I mean, I would be. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be definitely buying it at these levels. But if I bought it before this pump occurred, right? Before this whole pump, this is weekly candle, by the way. I'm taking off more and more, from this trade on the way up. I never sell everything, and I do not recommend you to do so. You should never sell everything. You should always leave at least a little bit, in your position, because you never know how high this mother cracker is going to go. But yeah, I'll be taking the chips off the table, little by little on the way up. Like you don't trust pumps like this. that they are going to stay and continue. I mean, this thing, how many percent it went up? Around, yeah, almost, yeah. You can count 15x from this consolidation zone here, 15x. So that's already crazy amount. So it's definitely time to cash out. So yeah. Okay, let's continue here. No, I see I have a couple of visits on X. That's nice. Van, be honest, would you run naked in a mode? Okay, this is stupid. I don't wanna think things like that on my timeline. Bitcoin has come, well, has some CME gaps at 97 and 92K, but trust me, bro, they will never get filled. Yeah, I wouldn't bet on it, but now it's probably not the time. I mean, Bitcoin reserve narrative is gearing up a spring, and it will definitely give us one of the most epic Bitcoin correction we had so far, right? Because that's basically leverage. Bitcoin reserve narrative is basically kind of a leverage, so it will have to come with a huge vengeance when time comes, and it will give to this market one of the biggest corrections it has ever seen. So it doesn't matter how high Bitcoin goes from here. Probably it will refill many of those unfilled gaps, semi gaps. Sometime later later in the future. And when that can come, God knows, but not this year. I doubt it greatly. It will happen this year. Probably, maybe not even the next year. Maybe we'll have to wait for it until 2027. That's, in my humble opinion, that's not out of the picture entirely. So yeah, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, okay? Am I that bad? Am I that bad? I do not deserve one subscribe click. Okay, I see there is somebody who clicked subscribe. someone felt sorry for me and clicked subscribe, so that's cool. I'm joking, of course. Okay, let's continue here. Shibo, crypto is a scam. Governments are buying, top companies are buying. We are bullish news on top of bullish news, and we keep going down. F this, I sold everything, I quit. Yeah, Shibo, he posts like that very often. This guy, he just he swings with emotions of his posts from one extreme to another. Just pure engagement farming. How big is this guy on CryptoX? 102K followers. Okay, so not the biggest, definitely not small. I mean, I don't even have 1,000 yet, but I will, Norris. I will get there. I'll get to 100,000 too. Tom Crown, James Swing has successfully called 81 of the last 0 Black Tuesdays. With this unbelievable track record, it's no surprise his PNL is currently at minus $22 million. Yeah, so 81 out of 0 Black Tuesdays. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, that guy, he's one of the, like, literally he ascends to be one of the best inverse indicator of the scene. So, do not underestimate him. Whenever he says you should sell, you should buy. Whenever he says you should buy, you should probably sell. Jeremy. My name is Jeremy and I'm addicted to crypto. Hi, Jeremy. Welcome to the circle. Anthony Pompliano. Short sellers are a necessary function of the market, but that life has to be so miserable. Constantly pessimistic and cheering for others to fail. Kind of. you couldn't pay me enough money to do that on a daily basis. Good luck to those who do it, but just couldn't be me. But listen, perma bears, that's their job. Why? Because there's always this part of the market that is afraid to enter, and they cheer up for people that say you should not enter. So they literally, tap them on the shoulder and say and say, tell them, yeah, you do well, you do good, because this market is about to crash. That allows them to gather a sizable following, and they monetize on it. So that's their job. This is not they. Most of them probably don't even think what they post. I mean, it's very highly probable that most of perma bears that you see on CryptoX, they don't even think what they post. They just know that's a way of gathering following, and then they can monetize on that following. Because X, if you have enough of followers, they pay you for ads, right? So yeah, okay, guys, allow me to wrap it up. I don't want to make it overly long because then it becomes slightly boring. I mean, to me, especially that you guys don't engage. Apparently, I don't have enough of subscribers yet for let's say stable engagement. It's much more fun whenever there is ongoing conversation in between the creator and viewers. But apparently that's not this time. Maybe on my next live stream. So yeah, share, like, and subscribe, guys, and I see you. Oh, and don't forget to throw something at Hightech, because as I said, this is indirect stock market of my social media. So this is very very interesting idea. I think a completely new way of how to run a meme coin without having to, I don't know, pump and dump. This way you can give a meme coin an eternal life, and I think it's with a benefit to literally everyone. And I think it will popularize the way I'm running this project here. I think it will popularize, and that will become a normal thing, right? I'm the first that who does that. I'm showing the way, and I'm absolutely sure it will be picked up. This idea. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for your time. I see you sometime soon.